Books for boys. I wanted to share with you some of my favorite top picks for boys. Of course, these books aren't limited only to boys, but they're ones that might be of particular interest to boys. So we'll start with this fiction from the Extreme Adventures series. This is a thrill ride. This is roller coasters, different things, crazy events happening the whole time. The first one that my son read was in the Australian outback, and this one is Lost at Sea, shark bait. So there are just lots of danger and excitement, and so you can kind of see the reading level for late elementary, maybe even middle schoolers, lots of adventure. This series doesn't have to be read in any particular order. They have the same main character, but you don't have to read them like a series, so you can just pick up one that you think would be exciting and enjoy it. We also have our True Stories series. This one's True Stories of Survival. We also have True Stories of Crime, and those are full of action and adventure. This is Wheel Nuts. This is another series about the craziest race on earth. This is for a younger reader, but it's a chapter book. You'll notice these really zany illustrations kind of remind me of Saturday morning cartoons, which makes it lots of fun. So that's a silly, fun chapter book. Something similar to that is our Scurvy Dogs. This is a graphic novel. It's all written like a comic strip all the way through. Story of a pirate dog. And Fizz the Police Dog. This one is the tryouts. It has kind of a surprise ending, not necessarily your happily ever after, but a fun read about a silly dog who's working really hard to be part of the police force and how that works out for him. So those are good ones for little ones. And so you can kind of see the reading level. This one is for our early elementary readers. So that's what that looks like. Lots of pictures to engage them as well. The thing about boys is at some point they lose a little interest in fiction. Maybe it's the emotions and the people and the drama that doesn't draw them in, and they like to read nonfiction, and that's okay. We can indulge their desire for nonfiction. This is a great series to do that. This particular title is Special Forces, and it's really cool. We actually got this one on accident and fell in love with it. And it has just a little bit of information on each page. Doesn't have to be read in order through like a book. Kind of fits their attention span. It has these graphic novel pages, one on the Iran hostage conflict, one on the capture and killing of Osama bin Laden, and, I guess not capture, the locating and killing of Osama bin Laden. There's one on hand signals, just these different really cool subjects inside this Special Forces book. This is only $9. There's a bunch in this series, one on spying, extreme sports, artificial intelligence, so really cool subjects for them to get into and enjoy. Also forensic science. Now this one, does include murder and crime and blood samples, so be aware of that, but it's a really cool one getting into the science, the CSI kind of things. Survival skills, things that they can actually do at home. Right now that's almost a science experiment, but we won't tell them that. How to create water, how to survive in the city for natural disasters, finding water in the desert, all kinds of different subjects. That's a neat one to have. Codes, all kinds of different codes, ones that I've never heard or seen before. That's fun. We have our academy books. There's engineer, architect, veterinarian, some different ones. There's lots of things to cut out and punch out and create 3D models, things that you're making on your own. And again, these aren't limited to boys. This book actually belongs to my 7-year-old daughter, and she's playing around with these engineering skills, and it's really cool. It's a challenge for a 7-year-old though, so that's a really good one for an elementary school boy or person. Spaceships, I've told you about our paper spaceships, dragons, aircrafts. They have 4 different designs they fold into. They're really cool. There's 100 in here, so this is like gonna keep them really occupied. Have friends over, they do it together, they race them. It's a really fun one. I think it makes a really nice last minute birthday party gift for when they get that invitation and the party is tomorrow and they had it in their backpack all week long. This is a good one to have on hand because I think it's lots of fun. And then my last 2 books for boys, Coding for Beginners from Using Scratch, which is a free internet program. We also have one, Coding for Beginners Using Python, which is a different program I'm not as familiar with. But if you are and you want to pick, we offer both. This takes you from the very beginning. My son had very little computer knowledge, and he used this book completely on his own, no adult help. and it took him really step by step to make small movies, small little videos, and games, and he really enjoyed that, and he can't wait to keep using his coding skills. And at the end, it even gives some instructions, some basic things, so that instead of following the exact directions in this book, you can make your own videos and your own games according to wherever your imagination runs and the program allows. So that is a really cool one, and like I said, can be done. It's so basic and so self-explanatory is that they can do it independently, which is really cool, especially during summer. So last one is the Write and Draw Your Own Comics. This was a hit at my house. My 9-year-old daughter and my 11-year-old son both got it, and every other kid in the house was jealous. They loved it. It teaches them how to write their own comics, how to draw them. It tells them don't be intimidated if you just draw stick figures. We can show you how to take your stick figures and put flesh on them and make something out of them. And it gives them some prompts and then gives them a space to immediately put that into practice. So what I love as an English teacher is it teaches them about plot and character sketches and conflict development or conflict resolution, but it does it through these comic books itself. And so they're learning and they're having fun with it. And then it gives them lots of blank spaces to practice what they've learned at the end once they've gone through all of the lessons. And and then there's some stickers and fun goodies in the back. So those are really fun. So get into something, find something your boy would like, encourage reading. We need our boys to be readers and learners and thinkers, and we need to find really fun things for them to enjoy to do so. So if you need any more help, just let me know. Thanks, Book Nook.